Um, it's sunny here, and today was just another day like yesterday, where honestly, it's just a matter of not following my rules. And if I were to have just follow my rules, cut the losses, and take a short from a higher position or higher point, um, I would have got out of this trade with a W. And then I also accidentally just kept sizing in and didn't realize how big of a position I was taking. I just kept thinking, if this goes my way, lustfully thinking, if this goes my way, I could end up with a substantial amount. Um, and that was clearly the wrong mindset. I'm going to try to make this video as short as I can. Um, um, so, yeah, so going into the day, there was nothing there was nothing going on. And honestly, I just was like itching for a trade, wrong mindset. Um, I sized in, but I sized in pretty small. I think I went in, it was just 500. Um, I was gonna add. I told myself, okay, add near high day if it doesn't, because it doesn't look like it's gonna push up anymore. Plus, the yearly chart clearly shows spike straight come down, spike and it comes straight down. Spike and it just comes right back down. So you keep seeing that pattern, so you can kind of have an idea of how it's going to perform for the day. Um, Going in, I shorted, and then when I try to add little by little as it was perking up, um, um, I got the notification that there was no more shares available to short. So I was just like, wow, what the fuck? Um, and then I had to sit from market open all the way to a whole hour of sitting with this bullshit of not even, I can't really call it bullshit, but it was just perking up, and I knew it was gonna come back down. But at one point I had like a $300 to $400 loss on the stock, I think, and um, it was just completely unnecessary for me because it was a small trade. Um, um, I knew it was gonna go away eventually, but I wanted to add into it, and um, I didn't even go in half my size, and there was no shares available to short. So I sat within this squeeze, and then when it came back down, I just wanted out, and I just got out. I wasn't really emotional today, but I took that $5 loss, um, um, and I got out because I'm like I really wanted to add up here near high day, and I didn't. Um, but I was, at the same time I was trading this, I went to go look for other stocks to trade, and AA was on my scanner. I was really in a feeling desperate to trade, which is like not the right way to trade, but um, I was feeling desperate to trade, and I was just like, I have to control that. But going into today, uh, going into today, um, uh, I saw this stock, and I'm like, yo, you look at this chart, and you look at the yearly chart. I didn't both stocks. I didn't look at the SEC filings or the outstanding shares. I didn't look at nothing. I didn't do no research. But just looking at this, it clearly tells you where the stock is gonna go, and it may have some pullbacks, some nice pullbacks, but overall the trend is what upwards. So going into today, I reminded myself not. I told myself not to trade it, and if you do, allow it to spike first, and then um, allow it to spike first, and then do your thing with it. Um, which I didn't. I took my first short in, and um, you see here, I took my first short in, and I said, "Yo, if it perks, I got like I was making like $50 or something like that, or $100. I was even taking this trade seriously, but I when I got in with what 200 shares, and then I'm like, okay, cut losses if it breaks this high or that high, or you can wait to see if it's going to break the high day, and if it doesn't, you can add. And it broke the high day just a little bit, so I added. Then it broke it a little bit again, then I added, and then it started breaking, and then I realized I was down more than what I was comfortable with, because I wasn't calculating what my loss would be if it continued to go. I wasn't, of course, in the right mindset, and then I just kept adding all along the way, just adding. I don't know why it was. I just kept adding mindlessly, um, and then finally, at this point here, um, just kept adding mindlessly. I wasn't really emotional with this trade, but I added here, and I had exited my last trade, SNOA, and I had I had some money freed up to add, and I added my bulk of my shares here. Well, before I added here, I was down $1,000, and I added like the last amount that I had available to add, which was like a few $1,000s. And I took a look, and I'm like, wow. I told myself not to add any more here, but then I added here because I had available money. Available money. Then I took a look at my account, and I was like, wow, I am in $75,000 right now. When I told myself not to use half my position, my account was only a little bit north of 25,000. I'm in 75,000 using leverage. And then the stock went my way. I got not only saved, but honestly I got lucky. But um, stock happened to just go my way, and um, it came pulling back. Then it broke right here, and at some point, I think my average was 55.11, and it broke, and I was up 300, and it was just trending. And when it broke this first, it did this big panic here, bounced, and then did it again. I said, okay, you need to get out now, even though you're only up like 30 cents a share or 40 cents a share. You need to get out because this is the second dip, and you don't know where this is gonna go. Yes, you want it to really like go your way, um, but you don't know where it's gonna go. And it gave me so many chances: one, two, three, and then four to get out, and then five right here to get out with a profit or a smaller profit. And I was like thinking of a home run. I was just thinking, okay, I'm $75,000 and I want to make at least $2,000 $3,000 on this trade, and that was the mindset that wasn't even part of the plan from the beginning. Um, and I was just breaking rules from left to right, and it just started squeezing on me. And I was like, you know what? I don't want this to be like last week or the week before that, where I took um, $28,000 loss and a 3,400, 3,300, $3,444 loss on a continual spiker. Um, just start like just continue breaking highs and continue just spiking. And I'm like, clearly this is gonna be one of those trades. So I said, you know what? I went from $1,000 loss, $1,000 unrealized P&L to a $500 unrealized um, profit, and now I'm back underwater again. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to go through this. Um, yes, I'm up what maybe 2 3,000 since I refunded my account, but I don't care. I'm not. I'm still gonna be up on the week, not much, but I'm not sitting here being gonna be holding on to a stubborn loss. So I just took the loss on the head, and I executed. I exited on the next axe, and I just got the fuck out. And it kept spiking, went way beyond what I thought. And when I took a look at it, it had already hit the this high point, and it was consolidating right here. And I was thinking of taking another short, but I had to ask myself, I'm like, okay, you got a busy schedule today. If you get in, you're gonna have to get in with full size because if you go in half, you're only gonna make, or you're not even supposed to go in half. But if you go in less than a quarter of 75,000, if you go, I went in with $75,000. If I go in with like 15, less than 15, I'm making little to nothing. Um, you're gonna have to go full size to at least try to make back something. And I'm like, you know, I don't want to deal with it. I don't even want to trade. I don't even want to watch the market. I feel like my life is being taken over by trading, and I'm not even progressing with it right now. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just take this L on the head and call it a day. Um, so I said fuck this short, and then I didn't even watch it from there. But when I took another look at it, I came come to realize I was right. That I was in the right. Um, I was in the right idea. I had the right idea that I was on the right side of probabilities each time. But my problem was just, when the stock is not trending your way, you get the fuck out. Like here, I was telling myself to get out if it goes against me. I didn't get out. I was right for me believing that it would go down. I just because and my chances are of being right are high. Anything that goes up has to have a pullback. So it's not like I'm a genius or anything. Um, it just came in too early. I mean, I shorted it. I just went in with such small size that I wasn't taking the trade seriously. And then as it was uptrending, I'm like, at some point it's gonna pull back. Um, I happen to clearly I'm going to be right, 100% right that it's going to pull back at some point. Um, I just had my chance to make it, but because of greed and not even greed and undiscipline, um, I had to wait for $1,000 pullback to even make 500. But if I just cut right here and then went in full size somewhere here where I felt like okay maybe this is gonna be the drop, um, then I would have made 15 close to 15K. But I know for sure I would have made back whatever I had lost here. But in Tim Grittani's DVD, he says shorting a first green day that continually spikes takes a lot of discipline, and it's sometimes not even worth trading because um, if you're not disciplined, you're just gonna keep taking L's, and sometimes you can't really tell when it's gonna drop. So it's like it's not even worth it. But also, I wanted to mention here um, when it pulled back right here, I told myself I need to get out because this looks like it's going to continue to bounce. And I wanted to trade the bounce, but I didn't. I don't know how to really go long. I don't know the criteria. All I know is okay, A, B, C, D, and here's the A, here's the B, here's the C, and here's the D. And I feel like that's not enough for me to go off of, although it makes complete sense. But I need more than that. So I didn't go long, but I shouldn't have been going short for sure. And I stayed short and I stayed wrong. And that's the end of this video. I'm gonna slow down on making videos because, like I said, they're repetitive, and I'm not even studying my videos, and I'm not even studying the other material because I'm just slacking on it. But I did read a lot of Rhonda Howell's ebook last night, so that's a start.